Could you start by telling us your name and your position, and then what do you do for a job?
I'm Louise Kemp. I'm the event production lead. This means that I produce the events for the As One Hub so that children across Cornwall have the opportunity to take part or see professionals in events in Cornwall.
So my name is Kath Buckler and I am events admin and front of house for As One Hub. It's my job to help the events team, which is myself and Louise, plan and deliver all As One produced events.
My name's Steve. I'm the instrument warehouse manager. So my job is to prepare, clean, repair, whatever's needed to be able to supply all the instruments that we have in stock to the schools or to individual hirers. That might be parents of children that want to try out instruments for a period of time. And also provide some of the kit needed for some of the events that the hub runs.
Hello, my name is Ryan Jones and I run a programme called Vibe New Music Lab here at As One Hub. Your students can engage with me to do songwriting, music production, music technology and performance activities.
My name is Sarah and I'm the instrument technician and I provide instruments to schools, pupils, private hire.
Hi, my name's Rosie. I'm the Programme Administrator as One Hub. My role covers collection of data and analysis and reporting back to various funders. I also am involved within fundraising for the various projects that are ongoing in the hub.
I am Becky and I am the Community Engagement Administrator and Moderator as One Hub. So my job mostly is to promote engagement between schools, teachers, students and parents, so all of our kind of hub users. I look after the administration for schools projects funding.
Can you share with us your background in music and what inspired you to be part of As One Hub?
I've been working for the hub for about 3 years now. Previous to that, I worked a lot in theatre and opera. I worked with lots of young people in schools and education.
So my background isn't in music education, it's actually in music events. So the last 10 years I've spent working in various music venues as an event manager and producer, mostly contemporary music, but more recently I was working on classical gigs as well.
I started in music basically in secondary school, 1971. I was offered the opportunity to learn a brass instrument. I also took part in the choir, took part in the recorder group, even started to learn the violin at one point. And then in 1976 I joined the army, played in the military band until 1984. Then I carried on again for a short while in local brass bands and helped teach, train youngsters, conduct other bands, right up until to present day, still playing, still teaching, still conducting.
So I come from a family of brass musicians and I've always tinkered in the garage, so I thought being a instrument technician was probably the best way to go, so that's why I joined As One Hub.
I started my journey in music as an acoustic guitarist and piano player. I studied at Truro College. I then joined a band and I toured around the country for a decade. I then began to work in events and production, working for people like the Eden Sessions and a festival called Beach Breaks Live. I then went and worked for DBS Music and Falmouth University, which brought me back round to working for the Music Education Hub, which later became the As One Hub.
I've always had a really keen interest in music and the arts. Growing up, I learnt strings in school and then went on in secondary school to get really into musical theatre. I've always worked in business administration for the last 10 years, and when I found a job that combined two interests, I was really keen to get involved.
I am a musician, a long-time player of the cello and singer, and I've always been an event manager in the sort of music industry.
Could you give us an overview of what As One Hub does?
As One Hub is an organisation that supports young people's musical journeys in Cornwall. We create programmes of activity, we support partner organisations, and we deliver experiences within music that will inspire, develop and sustain young people's journeys.
In my role, I'm lucky enough to see very directly some of the impact that As One Hub has on young people, particularly young singers when they walk into performance opportunities that we've provided, and it's the first time they've ever sung in public, first time they've ever been on a stage and been at a produced event, and watching them have that initial experience of performing and singing in a live environment is just so rewarding, because you can see the difference it really makes to them to have that opportunity.
As One Hub has seen some amazing performances in its events. There's been a 17-year-old boy who'd only started playing piano a year before and came to one of our events and played the concert piano like he'd been playing for 18 years. It was absolutely fantastic. We put on Songfest every year, which this year we've got 1,023 participants. That's 1,023 children that are able to take part in an event and show their singing to their family and their schools, which is just such a special moment.
I think some of the really impactful outcomes have come from the instrumental scholarships, where learners who would not be able to access music tuition and ensemble membership have been able to access that and are doing extremely well.
As One Hub ran a programme for primary school students to engage with a beatboxer. A young person that we were working with was a selective mute, and his teachers had never heard this young person speak before. And that young person got up onto stage with our beatboxer and wanted to engage with a piece of technology called Doubler 2, which changes your voice into a MIDI instrument. And then this young person sang in front of his class and his teachers. And we didn't understand why this caused everyone to be plunged into silence. It later became apparent that this young person had been mute since he had been with the school, and this was a standout moment for him.
The aim of As One Hub, as I see it, is basically to inspire young people and to encourage young people to get into music and into the music industry and just enjoy music. I think that's the main thing. I think that's why we're all here. It's because we all really enjoy music.